Classic Game Room is brought to you by Magnum Skywolf. Welcome to Classic Game Room. Are you in the mood for a driving game or Pac-Man? Why not combine the two? This is Pacar for the Sega SG-1000. Yes, it is. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a catchy tune like Pac-Man, but it does have a little car and lots of super cool features that make this Pac-Man clone stand out from the crowd. Released in 1983 for the Sega SG-1000, I'm playing it here using the Sega Mark III. It's a good game. Pacar, or Pacar, comes from the era when half the games released to home game consoles were nothing more than clones of Pac-Man or Space Invaders, two of the most popular arcade games from the era. The difference here is that Pacar is similar enough to Pac-Man to give it that familiar feel that we all love, but so different to make it a completely unique game. One that's very, very clever. What jumped out at me first, in addition to the great name, Pacar, come on, that just says it all. What jumped out at me was the maze design, which has bridges and underpasses. It's like you're looking at an M.C. Escher drawing. And when the game gets really fast, it's like your brain is about to explode trying to figure out which paths go over and what goes under. Also, as you may have just noticed, your car doesn't just change directions like Pac-Man. I mean, that would be unrealistic. It has a reverse gear, which is slower than driving forward. Also, there's no limit to the amount of cars that you can eat after collecting a randomly generated power pellet. Watch out for the evil red car, which is faster than the other cars, and don't forget that you have two speeds, normal and turbo, which is similar to Super Pac-Man. In fact, this game actually has a couple things that I think were inspired by Super Pac-Man. For example, watch this. You know how in Pac-Man, the score of the ghosts goes 200, 400, 800, 1600? In Pacar, it'll go all the way up to 3200. And you can keep it there if you chain power pellets together. So one great strategy to getting a high score and lots of extra cars is to hover around the garage area and continue eating them as they drive out. Big money, big prizes, Pacar. Seriously, you want this game. Of course, like much in life, it's never that simple. Pacar is relatively obscure. I think it's a Sega SG-1000 exclusive, which means it'll also play on the SC-3000 computer and Sega Mark III. They should have added the beep, beep, beep sound for the reverse gear. That would have been great. Pacar isn't horribly overpriced, but it's not inexpensive either. On the whole, I find that it's fairly easy to collect for the Sega SG-1000 and Mark III if you're willing to shop on eBay. As far as I can tell, Pacar alternates screens and then gives you levels with one bad guy, then two bad guys, then three bad guys, then it goes back to one and increases speed, eventually pushing your reflexes and weakling human brain to its limits. While you score points by eating dots and completing levels like Pac-Man, you score the big points by eating enemy cars. Hopefully a whole lot of them all at once at 3200, that really racks up the points. And of course, I have a Classic Game Room shout out and thank you going all the way to Mark and Suzanne, once again from East Meadow, New York. Thank you, Mark, who sent a little note with this game that said it's like Pac-Man with cars, but Mark, it's so much more than that. In fact, one could say that Pac-Man is like Pacar, without a reverse gear. As you can probably tell, I can't say enough good things about this game. It was a real surprise. I've never heard of it until now. Happy hunting, because if you think it looks fun, It is. Definitely one of the best Pac-Man clones I've ever played. Pacar. Please, oh please let there be a sequel called Ms. Pacar. Pacar. Huh. What do they think of next? Thank you for watching. Follow Classic Game Room on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Don't miss Magnum Skywolf, also on Patreon. Welcome to the club. It's the Lord Carnage Club, where I celebrate these backers on Patreon by shouting their name in a volcano. Introducing Michael Fernandez. Oh yeah! Michael Nelson. Lord Carnage approves. Jim Moriarty. Sergio Matthias. Hergert. Jason from Kamloops, British Columbia. Busy. Signal. Al-Cyver. Sean Zoltek. I'm just kidding again. Sean Zoltek! Stephen Chucknick from New Jersey. Landon Ellerby. He's the administrator of these credits. Philip Strabenmuller of Vienna, Austria. Woo! Jack Stavros from Australia, home of Mad Max. Ohad Kane. Cue the thunder. Jeff, Captain Dauntless, Briar, Rick DeBarros. Out of sight. Will. Kid Shuriken. Fatality. Ship. Sink bail. That was too evil, wasn't it? Let's try that again. Ship. Sink bail. See you next time on Classic Game Room. Thanks for watching.